it that way. I think the people who knows the truth, it's my son, Kelly Khumalo, and the rest of the guys who were there. Because those people, Kelly, my son, and if they're conscious, and then they cannot actually. Someone cannot be shot in their presence, and they're all silent about it. They know who killed Senzo. My son knows. Kelly knows. Everybody knows. Not all the.
And the other docket, it was saying no. That story of the people entering that house and kill Senzo is nonsensical. That is nonsense. You see? No one entered in this house. Theory of 375 under the leadership of investigating officer Makubu and Buthelezi is that if there's a killer, if Senzo was killed or shot by someone, the shooter is in the house.
Did you notice this? Zandi Khumalo was fighting with the gunman, right? Mtogo was fighting with the gunman. Then Tumelo was fighting with the guy with the guy with the knife, right? Tumelo, I don't know if you have noticed that Tumelo, whenever you mention the name of Longwe Twala, he is so agitated about that. I've never seen a guy so agitated like Tumelo. Whenever they mention the name, this guy, Longwe Twala, yeah, Tumelo was so agitated. There are quite a number of things that I've noticed when it comes to Tumelo that we definitely have to talk about today. Wow. Yeah, there are quite a number of things. But yeah, yes, guys, it keeps getting a lot. You know what I'm saying? Part of the things that I've been waiting for Tumelo to mention was the fact that he was there to still to negotiate lobola for Kelly Khumalo, but that was never mentioned, and it leaves quite a lot to be desired. Like the other thing that happened with Tumelo. But somebody says miracles do happen in real life when you are in danger, right? Tumelo, when he was walking into that house, he was using crutches. You know what not even a crutch, 2 crutches. You know what I'm saying? That is what Tumelo used when he was walking into that house, and you know what I'm saying. But as soon as there was danger, the crutches were no longer used. And do you remember that in videos where we were shown Tumelo coming out of that house, he was using crutches. So miracle happen when you are in danger. I'm not sure if it rings something to your mind. But that's exactly what we're about to talk about in this video, and more of this inconsistency, right? Provided that you are interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. Housekeeping, guys, please like the video. It tells the algorithm, guys, to promote this video to more people, right? We need to reach more than 100,000 views on this video. Also, watch this video till the end. It tells the algorithm to say, whoa, people like the video. Also, comment. It tells the algorithm to say people are engaging, so it promotes it to even further. But look, you also need to share this video with other people. Don't forget, guys, the best way to contribute to this YouTube channel, please watch those ads, as many as possible. And I must mention the fact that I did not open the join button. I will open it, but I wanted us guys to do things with a meaning, right? Guys, I'm a person that was born when I was born, I was rejected by my parents at the age of 3 weeks, right? So I grew up being this guy that was deprived in life. So there's one thing that I always like to do now, and that is to give, because when I grew up, I didn't have, to get a point. So I grew up, with this thing that say I wanted to give. So I used to do a lot of drives, you know what I'm saying? I used to, I've never been funded most of the time. I used to donate to children going back to school. I want to go back to that thing, right? So the money that I'm making, part of the money that I'm making to this into this YouTube channel, it is going back. I want to go back to in doing that. It is something that I want us guys to talk about, right? I want us to I want us to promote this thing wherever you are. You look, when you buy a grocery, maybe buy a hoodie or whatever, or a top, whatever you want to buy. Just one thing, you know what I'm saying? For a person you don't know or a person you have identified to be in need, right? I want us to be that part of community. So the money that you are giving me, I'm gonna be leading that in this YouTube group, in this YouTube channel, where we will do things like that. I want to start doing these drives again, not start but resume. I want to go back to this thing of the thing that I was doing, where I will buy things and then buy things for poor people, even in hospitals. I will visit the hospital and donate things at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I want to buy uniform for children that are going back to school. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. I've been running, by the way, things like that. If you don't know, I was once a leader of an organization on Outlook. You can search it on Facebook. It's called One Shoe SA. So yeah, I would distribute shoes to people who are amputated, people who are sitting on a wheelchair. I'm encouraging that, guys. I want us to go back to that. But nevertheless, it's not about that announcement. My name is Bongane. My name is Bongane, to those that don't know. Today we are talking about Indabaga Tumelo. Tumelo was in court. Tumelo said a lot of things that, yeah. So first of all, we noted that Tumelo, look, he tells us that Longwe didn't greet, right? Now, there's something that I want us to mention about Tumelo's relationship with Longwe Twala. To those that are not in South Africa, guys, I've seen people from UK. People have been commenting saying they are watching from UK. I've seen people who are watching from United States of America. I've seen people who are watching from Australia. I've seen people who are watching from Namibia and other South Arabia. I'm forgetting other countries as well. So let me tell you something in South Africa, to those that don't know. When a person refers to you as this guy or that guy, it shows I don't have a respect for you. But you wouldn't even get the gist of the matter, because I can't really give you the direct translation as it is. If I refer to you as Lomfana, this young boy, he keeps referring to this Longwe Twala as this young boy. That whenever he talks about Longwe Twala, he refers to him Lomfana ka Longwe Twala, this young boy who's born by Chico Twala. You know what I'm saying? Lomfana ka Chico Twala, this young boy from that alone, man. Looking at that, I was like, wow. This thing, man, he's got this agitation. And there are suspicions that Tumelo will sleep with Zandi Khumalo. There are suspicions, because nobody proves that, right? So it remains just an allegedly an opinion, because nobody was there to prove it, right? So it is alleged that Longwe Twala was also not in good communication with the friends of Senzo Meyo, because he thought that they were chowing his then girlfriend, which is Zandi Khumalo. This is just a speculation. It is out there, and I'm just passing it to you to say other people are suspecting that. At this moment, that is not a fact. So nobody can stand up and say, yeah, I know this has happened, unless somebody from the house proves it. Otherwise, it's just a speculation, of which let's pass from speculation again. So there is the second thing that we were told about. We were introduced to. Tumelo introduced us. I was like, Tumelo is opening a can of worm here. Yo, the defense. Yo, they will have a feast on this guy. Yo, the defense will have it. Yo, they will have a very nice dinner with this guy. He's in KZN. He lies that during the time where there's this altercation or exchange of words between him and the Senzo Meyiwa's father, right? Then he goes to these people and asks for local protection order. The police that even opened that thing, the protection order, they didn't even believe Tumelo. Did you hear that? It comes from Tumelo's mouth that the police didn't believe Tumelo. That means the police knew exactly that this story is fabricated. And Tumelo goes to, or takes us into confidence and said that this police even wanted him to tell the truth. That police took Tumelo to Senzo Meyiwa's grave. And it is coming from Tumelo, and the police has never spoken thus far. Tumelo says the police was hoping that I was gonna say something different. How do you even know when the police didn't tell you that I want you to say something different? But it is now Tumelo. Tumelo, guys, he's this guy who strike me off. He comes across to me as, in the Bible, there's a guy called there's a guy called Peter. Peter was this type of people who's pompous. Mina, I will die with you. I will die for you, me. I will die for you, never. You know what I'm saying? And the trouble comes. He's the first to run away. He denied Jesus and said, hey, yeah, don't tell me about this. Even in swear, insulted Jesus and say, hey, knowing exactly he knows him. Tumelo comes across as that person. He's overemphasizing, and when you are overemphasizing things, I'm telling you, right there, you are lying. Let me give you an example. When a scammer comes to you and tell you about, yeah, my brother, buy this watch, this watch, they tell you every good thing, but they never mention one bad thing about it. Then you must know there's a problem with that thing. They are scamming you. You know what I'm saying? That is Tumelo. Tumelo is overemphasizing things. And then you're like, Tumelo, no. Tumelo, there's something fish about you. So, and then he says that, obviously he says that the police thought that he will change his statement. He then goes to, he's bold, even goes and say, as far as saying, the first statement I made, I still stand by it. I made that statement, and that statement still stands. I'm like, Tumelo, my brother. Tumelo. You are playing in the hands of the defense, and they're gonna chow you. And they watch my words, and they're gonna chow you, and they're gonna break you down. Yeah, I'm like, Tumelo, the words you are using, you are playing in the hands of the defense. They will chow you, my brother. I'm not in that stand. I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you, even if I was given a chance to question Tumelo, I will crack Tumelo myself. I will expose Tumelo easily so. And then he goes on to say, she wanted me to change my statement, the story of intruder. Look, now let's stay on the story of intruder, right? He tells us that this guy who wrote the book said things that are not there. He said that there was no intruder and all the stuff. So you've got the police that doesn't trust Tumelo, right? You've got the author that doesn't trust Tumelo. You've got the Senzo Mayor's father that doesn't trust Tumelo. Then who trusts Tumelo then? Because I don't. Who trusts Tumelo then? Let me repeat. The father of Senzo Mayor doesn't trust Tumelo. Tumelo made a phone call earlier and told the truth. Then he made a 360 U-turn. And then after that, the police doesn't trust him. Senzo Mayor's father doesn't trust him. And then you've got quite a number of people that doesn't trust Tumelo. And Tumelo expect me to trust him. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. Now, he tells us, remember that Zandi Khumalo told us about the story of guarana only. And in the crime scene, only 2 cans of guarana were retrieved, right? Do you remember that? Do you remember that Mthokozisi came and told us that no, actually, Mthokozisi was drinking, what is this thing? He said Hunter's Gold, right? Yes, Hunter's Gold. Guess what? Tumelo says, I was drinking Heineken. So now we are introduced to 3 types of alcohol. Guarana, Heineken, Hunter's Gold. But in the crime scene, only 2 cans were retrieved. When we say Mapiri cleaned the crime scene, and I'm gonna do a separate video where I'm gonna prove to you that this thing of cleaning a crime scene is look, these people will be arrested one way or the other. These people, they might just keep lying. You know what I'm saying? But one way or the other, they will be arrested. So now she exposed Zandi Khumalo. Big time, but I'm not there. Now he's asked again about Longwe. How did Longwe arrive? And he says, I don't know who lawyer. Listen, lawyer. I don't know how he arrived. So meaning to say, direct translation, that one, I don't know how he arrived. It has got this belittling. There's this belittling thing in it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that one, I don't know how he arrived. But you must listen to the tone when he speaks about Mthokozisi. And then there's something I noted as well about Mthokozisi when he refers to Mthokozisi. When he refers to Mthokozisi, he speaks as if he's a friend to Mthokozi's, but Mthokozi says we know each other. We're not friend. Our mutual friend was Senzo Meyiwa. We couldn't meet except Senzo Meyiwa. But Tumelo, when he speaks about Mthogo, he speaks about Mthogo as a friend. You get the point? So you can see that, no, man. Oh, I get it. This guy, when he talks about Longwe, he's so agitated. He's so annoyed. But when he talks about Mthogo, he lightens up. You know what I'm saying? There's something to be noted right there. And then the other one that I noticed as well. So somebody was saying the Mthogo and the Longwe had a beef. Now there's something, the last statement, the last thing that I noticed as well. I'm like, hey, boy, you're playing in the hands of this defense and they're going to chow you, my brother. Hey, this defense, they're not going to play with you. They're going to chow you big time. You know what I'm saying? This defense, they're coming for Tumelo. Don't say I didn't tell you. Remember this, ne? How best can I say this? How best can I say this, ne? Tumelo says there, if I have seen you in the past, I will be able to see you now. If we had interacted in the past, and now I have to point you out, I'll definitely do that. So we say to me, Dumza, no problem. We get you, man. No problem. Do you remember that at some point people wouldn't point other people because they couldn't see them? Do you remember the previous witness, Mthokozi's? He says, yeah, now, I said he's got similar fixtures. Hey, people are getting themselves in, like, guys, there's a problem with lying under oath. It's called what? There's a word for it. It's pager or something like that. I'm gonna do a separate video about it. I was doing my research, extensive research to find out what happened to somebody that lies under oath. I actually discovered that if you are lying under oath, you might be arrested for that. But I came across these comments that I want to close with. This case, Mthogo eliminated himself from the crime scene. Zandi eliminated herself from the crime scene. Tumelo eliminated herself from the crime scene. Mthogo eliminated the intruder with a knife from the scene. Now Kelly, now you are left with Kelly Khumalo and the mother. I don't know if you noticed that one. Now I noticed that these people, the people that were left there, who saw what happened now, you are left with Khumalo, Kelly Khumalo, and the gunman. I don't know if we need to do a separate video and unpack this particular point. There's something that needs to be said about this point that a lot of people were not paying attention to. But this is where this is where you see the story taking a different climax. You know what I'm saying? It takes a detour. It leaves us with Khumalo and Kelly Khumalo. So it leaves us with Kelly Khumalo and her mother. Those are the people that will be left to account. But I'm gonna do a report on that one in one of these videos that I'm gonna be doing soon. Till that, please take care.
Amaphoyisa njengamanje kumele engabe abopha uLongwe Thwala for killing uSenzo. Senzo was shot by uLongwe Thwala. There was no one who entered the house. Bese ebopha all these police who have defeated the ends of justice. Senzo was shot by uLongwe Thwala. Listen. A call was made by Tumelo. The first call when Senzo was shot. What Tumelo? A boyfriend, Kazandi, of which he didn't know by name, had shot Senzo, and then a phone was dropped. At the background, Kelly, she was crying, Senzo. And that information was given to the SAPS. Why they do not want to arrest amaphoyisa njengamanje kumele engabe abopha uLongwe Thwala for killing uSenzo. Senzo was shot by uLongwe Thwala. There was no one who entered the house. Bese ebopha all these police who have defeated the ends of justice. Senzo was shot by uLongwe Thwala.
Babu Mayor,
listen. A call was made by Tumelo. The first call when Senzo was shot. What Tumelo, a boyfriend, Kazandi, of which he didn't know by name, had shot Senzo, and then a phone was dropped. At the background, Ukeli, she was crying, Senzo. And that information was given to the SAPS. Why they do not want to